In the town of Lismore, people are trying to pick up the pieces. Lisa is there tonight. Lisa, we heard it there, the number of homes, they've jumped up a bit, the homes that have been damaged and deemed unlivable. What's it been like there for you to see these scenes today as the clean-up continues?
Heartbreaking is probably the first word that comes to mind, Georgie, but I'm standing in a laneway just off one of the main streets of the Lismore CBD, and behind me you can see the contents of one of the local antique stores. In front of me are the contents of the Metropole Hotel, which had only been up and running for about 6 weeks before the floods hit. Where I'm standing, the water on that Monday morning, the water was 7 metres above where I am standing, and Nick, the owner of the Metropole, actually went out from the top level, left his hotel at 4 o'clock in the morning in a canoe. And here's one of the wonderful things about what's going on in Lismore today, because this community is having to do it for themselves at the moment. They feel completely abandoned, but the local spirit is absolutely incredible. And Nick has worked night and day to open the Metropole, and this afternoon at 4 o'clock, they actually got in some beer kegs and some beer taps, because all of theirs are ruined, and they're pouring beers for exhausted locals right now. So if you can hear any laughter in the background, it's because locals are just letting it all hang out over some beers at the moment, and they desperately need those moments right now.
Yeah, they desperately do, Lisa. Speaking of the community feeling like they're by themselves, we've heard people in certain LGAs aren't actually eligible for those extra disaster payments. How could they be left out?
Well, I was listening to Dominic Perrottet just there with some very specific numbers on houses that have been declared livable, unlivable, somewhere in between. Most of the locals I've spoken to in Lismore today say that they haven't seen any kind of leadership here. They haven't had anybody come in and assess their homes, their businesses, and they feel completely abandoned. So how on earth the government, so soon after this tragedy struck, can make those decisions about who does and who doesn't get help really beggars belief. I don't know what sort of mathematical equation they're using to decide whose lives they're going to assist and whose lives they aren't.
Yeah, it might be a space to watch, Lisa. I reckon we might hear more on that. But thank you very much for your time, and take care up there.
Thanks, Waleed.